heritage, which is our language. And we've been doing a lot of that lately, haven't we?
Yes.
So more than just our identity, it feels like the skin that we wear on our bones. When we speak our language. I'm excited when even Jay speaks my language, because he gets some of it and then he donates the rest to charity, but he will pay.
Speaking about your language, Black Stars jersey. I shortage there.
Black Stars jersey shortage.
Ghana budget of
Listen. So the thing is, we get it wrong, but people speak Ghana.
No, well, but it shouldn't be overdone. It shouldn't be overflogged.
Okay.
I mean, we, like Jay is saying, it's part of.
If we don't stop the show, let's start with our greeting.
Yeah.
And I can I Ojiko, then you the response.
Right. Yeah.
And I can I Ojiko, then you the response.
Right. Is it?
Okay, can I Ojiko, then you the response.
Right. Is it?
Ojimura early.
Early, yeah, quick. Is it?
Ojimura early.
Early, yeah, quick.
Yeah,
early.
So to meet us and you to meet us and you to learn other people's greetings, or for you to be greeted even in your own language.
It makes you related that languages or sayings correctly as individual. Wherever you listen, you're not able to get it. I think you should make it the effort, or take a next step to make sure that, okay, I have to get it right. Make sure that, okay, I have to get it right. Stay clearly or really well. You feel so just coiled on to communicate frequently. I have and all of that and blah blah.
Attention, because you may know how to speak it.
I can't speak to you on TV.
As soon as the camera comes, it's like all of a sudden the vocabulary is lost. But it's like when I was speaking, I realized from what I know is the fact that growing up, I used to speak the language at home, and then I went to KG.
What language?
Oh, Fanti. And then
Mr. Gaba is a fancy man.
Oh yes, I am.
That's why
and then
Mr. Gaba is a fancy man.
Oh yes, I am.
That's why
So when you were speaking, oh yeah, that's because I'm come to explain what he said. So it's something I've noticed over the years as well. It's the fact that perhaps you may be speaking the language, you go to school, and then the school insists speak language, don't speak vernacular. Yeah, so it's like
it's one of the areas that we all lost it, wasn't it?
Oh, me, I lost it.
And I wouldn't blame us because some of us were punished.
Mr. Felix is also a fancy man.
Yeah, me a fancy.
Fancy for ebien na game hu enyo.
But I will not discuss so more.
Buy a bracket. In a water grow 2.
Anyway, since that nature there in school now we're punishing. We're punished. Hey, you spoke vernacular. I'm going to report you to teacher.
What is vernacular even?
That's our language.
And you'll be whipped, you'll be caned, or you'll be asked to go into the corner and face the corner.
We paid. If they wrote down your name for speaking in class, pay a fee.
So the question is,
there's a fee you pay for speaking.
What were we doing to ourselves? Was it ignorance? What was it? Because now I'm happy the scales are falling off our eyes. And we are beginning to realize that, look, language is everything. Language is life. Language is society. Language is family. So how can you be lost in your own place?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big shame where you go somewhere, I'm a fancy, I'm a guy, and they're saying, what did he say? You are asking. And foreigners come into our country and they pay every price to speak our dialect.
So here's something interesting that I learned in communication school in GIJ. There was a translation exercise, and this was in a book. They were referencing something that they had tried in, I believe it was China. And somebody had to whisper a sentence into someone's ears, and they were supposed to whisper it around the room until abake mofe motuemi, and then it gets back to the person. So whatever the first person said, she wrote it down, and then when they went around the room, so the first message was, "Come alive with the Pepsi generation." I think I've said this story before.
Oh no,
That was
I'm
the
just
sentence.
trying to imagine what
Come
message came
alive
back to the
with
person.
the Pepsi generation. It was a Pepsi ad.
Okay.
So Pepsi come and sponsor us. You say I've mentioned you.
You say charge, bro. Okay.
So come alive with the Pepsi generation. It went round the room. Benesho lady and back here. It said Pepsi brings your ancestors back from the grave.
Wow.
Okay, meaning.
Pepsi bring your ancestors back from the grave.
How?
So much of the essence, the meaning of the language is even lost when we attempt to translate into the local language. How dangerous is that?
Yeah, because sometimes
Okay.
if a script is put in front of you and then perhaps you're having a challenge with the character, how the character is supposed to portray who they are and what they stand for, and the directors will be like, translate it to your local language, because sometimes when you do that, the message is clearer, because sometimes when you just speak the English, it's going here, but when you speak the language, it goes there. So it's like, maybe that's why most of my relationships failed. I didn't speak enough of the local language. Because I wasn't speaking to the heart, it was just the mind. Yes, the humor and everything. What's on there? Yes, because I can go home. You know the challenge. You know how I feel shy. I go home and then I'm speaking tree, and then they're speaking fountain. I'm saying, me there. I'm part of the lost generation.
That's a bit sad.
Where did we get lost though? Because we were raised by semi-literate or halfway literate parents. Not everybody. I want to believe at this table had a fully formal education of their parents. So they raised us. So English almost became like a measure of your intelligence. And I've met people who have said, "Oh, but you speak English so well." Well, have you heard me speak Ga? Is what I should ask myself. Have you heard me speak? I can't speak a word of Efutu to save my life, even though I have Efutu leanings. I can only say Owocheme and Honorable Alexander Penyomake no have my head. But I can only say good morning in Efutu. So I think we lost it when our parents tried to encourage us, because the world was very different.
I think that's one thing that's affected
The point
us.
is, we would also want to find out at which stage did we begin to lose this. This conversation was had somewhere over the weekend. I was there, and they were like, a number of years ago, it was all the local dialect at home. At a certain point, a certain generation started speaking English at home to the kids. And that's where we started losing it. But be that as it may, that we will have to do this before we leave here. Is there hope for those of us who think, oh, we are not, like Jay put it, he said lost what?
Generation.
Lost generation.
You grew up in Ghana, you don't know your language.
What can be done?
I don't think that this generation is lost, because not to put my lady on the spot, now would most likely, if you were just looking across the table, be the youngest of us at the table. Do you find that within your circles, in this time that we call you the Gen Zs, that the language factor is dying out and we are losing that connection?
We are, really. We are. I agree with Felix, because as you rightly mentioned, English now is used to measure your level of intelligence. So when you are in a crop of people and because we are losing it. We are.
Which is sad.
So I was making a point. How do we make up for the loss, as it were?
They should join me. I go for lessons now.
Yes, so lessons in what form? Even on your phone, you can download apps. Fortunately for us, there are apps, on devices. I mean,
if you know a guy app, I beg.
Oh yeah,
there are a number of them. Yeah.
And then you start with the basic nouns, verbs, adjectives, and then you build it.
I can't count the number of people who have come to me and say, "Oh, can you start a language TikTok?" I'm not on TikTok, by the way, but you can follow me on all social media handles. I am Thelma Taki, that's my handle, but I'm not on TikTok.
So how do you think? How do you talk?
I look at the clock. That's a TikTok.
So it's important we drive this home that the local language is important for the youth, for the future, because it gives you a better way to understand academic concepts.
English is official, but the Ghanaian language is ours.
No, it gets you that mindset, you're able to understand academic concepts. It gets you into a place where you're able to build your confidence.
And that international debate that you can only speak, and I get personally so peeved when people say that beyond this boundary you will not hear the language again.
Yeah.
Because I know people who are raising children outside the country who are trying to get the children to speak their local languages. And I'm always, who is the lady that we used, Mami Mensa, Ghana for, Ghana. Don't we just adore her?
And I have a Google Ghana translator, so.
The Ghana's ambassador to China, who speaks
Twi. Speak Twi very fluently, right?
Yeah. Mr.
They do.
And you wouldn't expect him to by just looking at him, but once he can't believe that,
and just to show you how much like our language is important, how integral it is, I was working with some Caucasians. We went to the night market to buy something, and then they were speaking English. Oh, how much is the rice? How much is the chicken? You know, all those kind of things. And I was like, I was looking at the lady's face. So I was like, Mama Pachoton is saying, hey, the smile that came on her face, oh, brah, what's your country now? No, can't buffle. And I was make them come home, like, we are different. Come home, we are Ghanaian. You know that kind of things. That, what Tony is saying, oh, brah, Pacho, and 10 CD, 20 CD. I was able to translate it for the rest of the
And the other part I also got was that when you understand your local dialect, it also gives you the ability to understand and adapt other languages. It works. I don't know how that works, but psychologically, that's what it is.
I think that there are so many hidden gems in our languages, especially with our proverbs. So everybody will say a proverb in their language before we go. So Jay, you go last because you have to think and think all your relatives.
So the one I remember, if I say it here, you probably have to work out a little bit.
Okay, so
Sunday, why?
There's a whole debate about No English Day. To set one day aside where we don't speak any English. And that would be tough for me because J word say translate straight to Ga. Unfortunately, many say immediately. So I'm having to, like when I'm on air and I want to say, the constitutional monarchy. Who am I going to call to translate that for me? But we will try. So No English Day started today. Let's see how many days you can go without speaking English.
Of course.
Going to say, you can't ignore the term to tie a knot.
Okay, meaning.
Going to say,
okay.
You can't ignore the thumb when you're tying a knot.
No answer, man. The binting
translation, please.
Translation. In everything that you're doing, you think about the future. You think and look ahead.
Okay.
Imply banana.
It's banana. My fancy people will be proud of me. Nah. Cash
Car for Oluflo.
Right. You have to help me with that. For Oluflo. It's good.
I'm going to say that one. I'm going to
entertainment, so yes. Okay. And there's
one in Chi. I'll just mention one word. Venture.
Guys, thank you so much.
Don't you know Bentua? Why you guys? What do you have this place? Don't you know Bentua?
I know it's far, and it's not a good memory. So we'll end it here. Thank you. Remember, as you go about your day, speak your language. Shout out to Smoky World for all of our lovely outfits today. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and 555. Bye.